Let's get right into it. Number 10. Heated car seats. Imagine sitting in your brand new $60,000 BMW, and your butt is freezing. The heated seats are installed in your car, but you can't use them, because BMW wants you to pay $18 a month to turn them on. This was part of their Functions on Demand service, launched in 2020. Your car comes with all these fancy features installed, but they're locked behind a paywall. Want to warm your frozen behind in winter? That's $18 a month. Or you could pay $180 for a year, or $300 for 3 years, for something that's already in your car, for something you technically already paid for when you bought the car. The backlash was immediate. It's like buying a house with windows, but being told you need to pay monthly to open them. The internet turned the whole thing into memes. Want to use your steering wheel? That'll be $29.99 a month. Brakes? Premium feature only $49.99 monthly. This wasn't just BMW being greedy. This was a test balloon for the entire car industry. Other car companies were watching closely, wondering if they could get away with the same thing. If BMW succeeded, everyone else would have followed. BMW eventually backed down and scrapped the heated seat subscription, but this opened up a bigger conversation. We're heading toward a future where you don't really own anything. You're just renting features that should have been yours in the first place. Number 9. Phone chargers in the box. Phone chargers used to come free with every new phone. Then Apple decided to remove them from iPhone boxes in 2020. They claimed it was to save the environment, saying most people already have chargers. That environmental decision saves Apple an estimated $6.5 billion. And the charger they removed costs them just a few dollars to make, but they sell it separately for $19. Samsung initially mocked Apple with ads saying, "Our Galaxy phones come with everything you need." Then they deleted those ads and did exactly the same thing months later. The new iPhones charge faster than ever, but old chargers won't give you those speeds. So after paying $1,000 for a phone, you need to buy their new charger separately to get full charging speed. Now it's becoming an industry standard. Something that was included for decades is suddenly an extra purchase. It's like buying a car and being told the steering wheel is sold separately because most people already have one at home. Number 8. Online multiplayer gaming. Back in the early 2000s, playing games online was simple. You'd buy a game, connect to the internet, and start getting trash-talked by a 12-year-old for free. But then Xbox Live came along in 2002. Suddenly, you needed to pay a subscription just to play the games you already owned online. It's like buying a basketball, then having to pay a monthly fee to use the court in your own backyard. Microsoft claimed they needed money for servers and infrastructure, but people actually started paying for it, while PC gamers watched this whole thing like they were watching someone pay for air. Because on PC, online gaming was still free. Microsoft's move started a trend. PlayStation and Nintendo saw Xbox and realized people would pay for this, and just like that, free online gaming on consoles became as extinct as split-screen multiplayer. Now, every major console charges you to play online. Younger gamers don't even remember when online gaming was free. They've grown up thinking paying to play online is as normal as paying for electricity, which is exactly what these companies wanted. A concept PC gamers still find hilarious to this day. Number 7. Carry-on bags. In 2017, United Airlines invented basic economy. They took regular economy tickets, stripped away everything that made flying tolerable, and sold it as a budget option. The biggest change was no more free carry-on bags, just a personal item that has to fit under the seat in front of you. The base fare might be lower, but once you add the carry-on fee of around $35, you're often paying more than a regular economy ticket. It's like going to a restaurant where they charge you extra for using a fork. Other airlines saw this and immediately copied it. American Airlines jumped on the bandwagon, then Delta, then basically everyone else. Now, trying to bring a carry-on bag with a basic economy ticket is like trying to sneak snacks into a movie theater. The gate agents are trained to spot these criminals trying to avoid the fee. These same airlines spend millions advertising their overhead bin space as a feature. Look at our spacious overhead bins that you're not allowed to use unless you pay extra. This strategy made the airlines over $5 billion in baggage fees last year alone. Turns out, making people pay for something that used to be free is incredibly profitable. Number 6. Bottled water. Before the 1970s, nobody would pay for water in a bottle. It comes out of your tap for basically free. But Perrier had a genius marketing idea. They decided to make water fancy. They started running ads showing sophisticated people drinking their sparkling water like it was champagne. They even called it Earth's first soft drink, which is pretty bold considering water existed before Earth had a marketing department. People started buying water in bottles like it was liquid gold. Other companies saw this and thought they could bottle tap water and sell it for 2,000 times the price. And that's exactly what they did. Dasani, owned by Coca-Cola, is literally filtered tap water. Some bottled water companies actually take water from drought-stricken areas. Imagine living in a place where your tap runs dry, but there's a factory next door bottling your local water and selling it back to you. That's like someone stealing your car and trying to rent it back to you hourly. Bottled water is now a $300 billion industry. We're spending hundreds of billions on something that literally falls from the clouds. And somewhere, there's a marketing executive sipping champagne, laughing about how they convinced us all to buy something that's basically free. Number 5. College access codes. Remember when you could buy a textbook and actually own it? Those days are gone thanks to something called access codes. You sign up for a class, and the professor tells you that you need to buy an access code from a publisher like Pearson or McGraw-Hill. This code lets you see your homework, take quizzes, and read the digital textbook. But these codes expire after the semester ends, and all your course materials vanish. Back in the old days, you could buy a textbook for $100, use it all semester, then sell it for $60. Your total cost was about $40, but now that access code costs $100, and after 4 months, it's worth exactly nothing. Publishers made these codes unique to each student. That means you can't resell them, share them, or even use them again if you need to retake the class. It's like buying a car that self-destructs after a few months. These companies have made sure the only way to pass their classes is to pay up. They've basically turned homework into a hostage situation. The system has become so normal that students don't even question paying hundreds of dollars each semester on codes that expire faster than milk. Number 4. Repair manuals. In 1975, when you bought a car, you got a thick manual in the glove box that told you exactly how to fix anything that went wrong. That manual was free and yours to keep forever. Today, those free manuals have been replaced, thanks in part to a company called AllData. In the 80s, they started buying up repair manual rights and moving everything to a subscription model. Now, instead of getting a free manual with your car, mechanics have to pay monthly just to learn how to change your oil. Other companies saw this and followed suit. Now everyone from John Deere to Apple is keeping repair information behind a paywall. Need to repair your tractor? You'll need a subscription to John Deere's repair database. By controlling repair information, companies can force you to use their approved, more expensive repair services. Some mechanics are paying up to $1,500 a year just to access repair information. That cost gets passed down to you, the customer. There's a growing right-to-repair movement fighting back. They're pushing for laws that would force companies to make repair information freely available again. But until then, we're stuck paying just to fix something we already own. Number 3. Video game content. In 2006, Bethesda released something called Horse Armor DLC for their game Elder Scrolls: Oblivion. It was exactly what it sounds like, armor for your virtual horse. And they wanted real money for it, $2.50 to be exact. The gaming community mocked it relentlessly. They called it the dumbest thing ever, but it became one of Bethesda's best-selling add-ons. This opened the floodgates. Game companies realized they could slice up their games and sell them piece by piece. Want your character to wear a cool hat? That'll be $5. Want to paint your gun pink? Another $5. Want to make your character do a dance? Another $5. It's like buying a sandwich, but the bread is $10, the meat is $15, and if you want lettuce, that's part of the veggie season pass for another $20. Some games even make you pay for stuff that's already on the disc you bought. Imagine buying a book where half the pages are locked and you need to pay extra to unlock them. Mobile games took it even further with their pay-to-win systems, and it all started with some overpriced horse armor. Number 2. Choosing your airline seat. Airlines figured out something sneaky in 2008. They could charge us for seat selection that used to be free. It started with preferred seat selection fees for extra legroom seats, but soon, they started charging for any seat selection. Even the middle seat between two sumo wrestlers started costing extra, and it costs the airlines exactly $0 marginal dollars to let you pick your seat. It's pure profit. The airlines claim base fares are lower now, but the average ticket price has actually gone up since they started charging these fees. It's like a restaurant charging you extra to sit at a table instead of standing in the corner. Some airlines even charge more for seats closer to the front of the plane. Not because they're better seats, they're identical to the ones in the back. They just know people will pay to get off the plane 2 minutes faster. They often separate families who don't pay for seat selection. using a crying 5-year-old sitting alone as leverage to make parents pay up. You're not paying for a service. You're paying to avoid the punishment of a random middle seat. Number 1. Moving your own money. Imagine you've got $100 in your left pocket and you want to move it to your right pocket, and someone jumps in front of you saying, "That'll be $35, please." That's basically what banks do when you try to move your own money. Back in the day, moving money between your accounts was free and simple. You could walk into any bank, tell them you wanted to move some cash around, and it was done. Then banks realized they could make money by charging you to access your own money. It started with wire transfers. They convinced us it was totally normal to pay $35 to move our money quickly. Then they added fees for instant transfers. It costs banks almost nothing to move your money digitally. We're talking fractions of a penny. But they'll charge you $35 for a wire transfer that takes less computing power than loading a cat video on YouTube. Want to send money to your grandma in Europe? That'll be $45 plus a terrible exchange rate because apparently your money needs a first-class ticket to cross the ocean. Banks will tell you these fees are for security and convenience, but it's like a restaurant charging you a fee to walk from your table to the bathroom. Somewhere, there's a bank executive buying a yacht with all those $35 wire transfer fees. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.